Hi everyone, I'm Rosie Gohres. I'm in this lovely, beautiful Indonesian Balinese restaurant. And guess where I am right now? In Paris. Let's welcome the owner of the Djakarta Bali, Nina Hanafi.
Hello, Rosie.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. Welcome to Jakarta, Bali.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me here in your lovely, cozy, beautiful restaurant. Nina, do you love living here in Paris?
I love it.
What do you love about
Paris
Paris?
is such beautiful city. There's always something happening in Paris. A lot of events. So everything around fashion, art, there's a lot going on. And of course, culinary. Paris is also a capital for gastronomy.
How do you get this beautiful, centralized location close to Le Louvre?
Well, in fact, yes, this is the old Paris. Paris started on an island, which is Ile de la Cité, very close to here, and it expanded. But now here we're 5 minutes from the Louvre Museum, and we're also very close to what was Les Halles de Paris, Les Halles de Paris, which was the big market of Paris, gross market, and it had to move to the suburbs. So we're very close to that. So there's a tradition of gastronomy in this district of first district of Paris.
Okay. Could you tell us more about yourself, your family background? When did you come to Paris? And when you start the Jakarta Bali?
Well, the adventure began in 1973 when my family arrived in Paris. We arrived as political refugees because my father was part of the Sukarno's government. And at the time being, when the coup started in 65, he was posted in Havana, where I was born. So then we came to France, and several years after arriving, we opened an Indonesian restaurant because there was very few Asian restaurants at the time. The most numerous were Vietnamese and then Chinese. Even Japanese, they were not so much.
I see. So is this the first Indonesian restaurant back then?
No, we were two restaurants to open almost at the same time, but the two first then.
How do you feel about the food culture here compared to the Indonesian food culture?
In France, food culture is a lifestyle. They celebrate food every day. They have, as in Indonesia, each island, each region has its own culture. It's a small country in a country. So, yes, diversity. But they celebrate it really as a lifestyle because it's not only the food, but the way you taste it, you pair the food with. So in France, yes, it's a challenge to open a restaurant because they have that culture, food culture background.
And how do you adapt to it with your dishes to the palate of the Parisian?
Well, we don't really adapt. What we did is that we curated the plates that we thought were suitable with the French palates. But as long as the recipes are concerned, it's authentic. We use fresh spices that we green ourselves, and we don't use ready to use spices, for instance.
So when you started the Jakarta Bali, why do you choose the name the Jakarta Bali? Is there any specific reason?
That's a very classic question. Why Jakarta Bali? And why with the old D?
D, yes.
The old orthograph. In fact, at the time, the way to reach Bali was passing through Jakarta first. So the destination was Jakarta Bali. That's the itinerary to go to Bali at the time, except by boat.
Okay. And back then you were telling me that you were here since you were 8 years old, right? When did you start to take over the business?
I took over the business. In fact, I was here since the beginning of the business. When my parents opened in 1984, at the time I was in a business school, and then so I participated to the setting up of the company, and at the time being, I did the accountancy and the projections, the feasibility study,
Okay.
that's what I always say. And so, yes, I participated, even I was young, to the decor, to the sourcing of the furniture, and so on.
Has it changed over the years? The vibe, the decor.
Yes,
It's a family business, right?
it is, but little by little. Little touches, yes, I modified, but the essence of the restaurant is still here. Even the recipes are my mom's recipes.
Really?
Yes. So even though they are, there's already our chef, Violeta Suganda, who's here since 2004, but she still continues the recipes, the initial,
So
the
the last
authentic.
time your mom cooked when you opened this business?
When was the last time? I think it was about 1994.
You opened in 1984,
Yes,
and she cooked in 1994.
right.
And what was her favorite dish back then?
Her favorite dish, well, she had several. One of them was semur, and semur daging, and of course, all the plates that we serve now, including the rendang daging, comes from her recipes.
Can you explain a little bit about smor?
I think it has from the name, a Dutch etymology, and it's a plate based on a sauce based on soya, and it can be done with chicken, beef, and it's a light plate with soya sauce.
So Indonesian cuisine is diverse. So what you have here in the restaurant is a mix of Indonesian and also Balinese dishes that
Well, we
you
have
present.
specialties from Java, from Sumatra, of course, rendang from Sumatra. We have plates like opor ayam, which is a curcuma-based chicken curry, which is very tasted on the celebrations of Ramadan. It's opor ayam. We don't find it very often now
Okay.
in the restaurants of Indonesia.
And what is the signature dish that you feel that your guests have to try when they come here? If like, let's say, if they only have like 1 or 2 days here, right? So what do you think they should try? The must try.
I think they should try definitely the beef rendang, and also our pepes ikan,
Pepes ikan.
which is cod, steamed cod fillet, with a light coconut sauce.
How do you say the locals here, right? Do they eat hot? We call it spicy hot food here, or do you have to adjust a little bit?
No, we don't really adjust, Rosie. In fact, we use the spices of the authentic recipe because spicy or not is very personal.
Yes,
And it's spicy for me will not be spicy enough
correct.
for you, and so on. So I think in order to present our cooking, we have to do it in a mild way with spices, very tasty spices, but not very hot, because I think that closes the door to many people to get to know the cuisine.
Your clientele here, mostly
Yes.
locals, tourists.
Locals on um, 80%. I think 10% will be tourists, 5% of the Indonesian diaspora, and 5% of Indonesians traveling.
Okay, that's nice. And what do you hope for your clients when they come here? What do you hope that they take away after they visit your restaurant?
Um, what I hope is that they take back home this experience of an immersion in an Indonesian home, because as we did it, this is not merely, it's a restaurant, but it's more like a home. It's made so that you feel at home in Indonesia, in the heart of Paris.
how do you source your ingredients here? Locally? Is it easier to get your ingredients here, the authentic ingredients that you use?
Where you mean in spices?
Yeah, and the spices like lemongrass or pandan leaves or those kind of stuff.
We're very lucky because France, since the 70s, has a big community of Asian um, living here. So we do have the majority of our spices. You can find them here, except maybe candle nut, kamiri, and then kencur. Kencur, which gives this very specific taste to the our peanut sauce kacang. But else, um, we can find banana leaf, ginger, galanga,
It's easier to find, eh?
yes, and
Because I think in
lemongrass.
Netherlands it is easy for us to find like Kemiri,
Yes.
Kencur, because we have a big Indonesian community in the Netherlands and also a big toko there.
Of
So
course.
that's why I was wondering whether how is it? Is it the same here as in the Netherlands?
Not that easy as in the Netherlands.
Okay. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the viewers about your restaurant?
About the restaurant, well, whenever they're in Paris, we would be great. It would be great to have them in our Indonesian home, Jakarta, Bali. And what I hope for Indonesian food is that it's more and more known around the world because people know a lot about Bali. It's like a dream destination. And what I would like to express is that there's a lot more in Indonesia to see beyond Bali. And of course, I think a first step go to Indonesia is an Indonesian restaurant everywhere around the world. So I think like for every country is like for instance Thailand, Japan, Korea, um, they're well known because of their gastronomy too. It's the first step for a country. It's a huge and powerful soft power.
I agree to it. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Thank you, Nina, for your hospitality and for
Thank you,
having me here.
Rosie.
Thank you
Terima
so much.
kasih.
Sama-sama. Thank you. Okay, Nina, can you tell us the food here, your dishes?
Okay, Rosie. So here we have got the three best sellers: mie ayam, and the nasi goreng special with the chicken satay, the homemade achar. It's sweet and sour and a little bit spicy, and our beef rendang.
Looks delicious.
So number one of the box office would be rendang. Number two, nasi goreng special. Number three, mie ayam.
Mie ayam, eh?
Uh,
It's hardly you can find this mie ayam in a restaurant, Indonesian restaurant.
this is such comfort food for Indonesians, and this recipe of mie ayam has been brought by our chef Violeta Suganda. This is the only one who wasn't at the beginning of the menu.
Because this is by Violeta. Alright, so we have to try this, right? Okay, shall we try it?
Silahkan.